I'm about to show you 3 ways that you can record your vocals on Bandlab using a mobile device. These will range from the most common method, which will give you the worst results, to the least common method, which will give you the most professional results. And as a bonus, I'm also going to share a major recording tip for desktop users as well. And if you're new here, my name is ColeMize, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 11 years. Okay, the first and most common method is the no headphones method. And with this method, you're just simply playing the track out loud on your phone while you're recording inside of Bandlab. And the problem with this method is, since you're playing the beat out loud when you're recording your vocals, you're not just recording your vocals, you're also recording the instrumental. And we typically never want that when we're trying to record our vocals. But there's nothing wrong with doing this if you're just trying to record some quick demos to get some ideas down that you have before you forget them. But you certainly don't want to use this method if this is going to be the final vocal recording for your actual song. And if you're new to Bandlab and you're not sure how to record, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick walkthrough of those steps. Okay, to get started, you're just going to open up the Bandlab app, and then at the bottom center of the screen, just click that red button with the cross in the middle of it, and then select Open Studio. And then on the bottom of the screen, go ahead and hit Import File, and that's where you're going to grab whatever instrumental you want to record over. Next, lower the volume of the instrumental, and you can do that by the bottom left hand corner icon that looks like little volume faders, and just go ahead and lower it by like around -10 decibels or so. There's no magic number, but let's just get that instrumental down because the instrumental has likely been mastered, which means it's very loud, and we don't need it max loudness while we're recording. We can turn the volume of all that stuff up later. Okay, and just click that icon again at the bottom to get rid of the mixer options, and click the plus icon underneath the track that we just adjusted, and we're going to add a new track, and we want to select voice audio. And then if you look at the top of your screen, you'll see 3 icons. In the middle is where you can place lyrics, and to the right of that is where I need you to go, and that's where you can do additional settings for your project. And what we want to do is scroll down and look for latency fix, and click that and say take task or retake task, whatever it shows you. Go ahead and let it do a test. And what this is going to do is just basically calibrating your device to compensate for any latency. And latency, just to keep it simple, is the delay between when a signal goes from one place and reaches another place. And so what this does is compensates for whatever that amount of time is to better adjust the timing of your recording. So when you're recording onto the tracks, you're going to be more in time with the instrumental. And just hit done with that when you're done. Now again at the top, go ahead and hit that left icon. This will bring you back to where you was at originally. Then from here, we just need to select where we want to begin recording from. So you won't always want to record from the very beginning of an instrumental. And if that's the case, then you can just scroll by dragging somewhere on the empty part of the track or wherever, and you can pick wherever you want to start recording from. And when you find your spot, then just make sure you click the track, the new track, not the instrumental. If you click the instrumental, it's going to record onto the instrumental, which is going to overwrite it. We don't want to do that. Make sure you click the track on the bottom that you just added. And then from there, all you got to do is hit that big record button at the bottom, and you're going to be recording vocals. And here's an example of how that sounds. Yeah. Life is delicate, every element of course you develop from the negatives, you better check the source. It's like a little midget trying to ride a roller coaster. If you didn't get it, I'm just saying life is too short. So don't be getting caught up in all of the drama, the non-stop gossip popping on your odometer. If you care about the person, quit clenching your teeth, go vegan on your disagreements and let go of the beat. And as you can hear, that's very brittle, it's very sharp, it's very piercing. It's not ideal, but it's perfectly fine for just getting rough draft ideas down, but not for the final recording. Now here's how we can take it up a notch. In this next method, we're pretty much going to do a similar thing, but we're going to use headphones this time. But you can't just use any type of headphones. You need to use wired headphones. Do not use Bluetooth headphones because there's always going to be too much latency and you're always going to be rapping off beat. And for this example, I'm going to switch over to my tablet, and this is already going to demonstrate one really cool thing about using Bandlab. Since all your projects are stored in the cloud, you can pull them up on any device that you have Bandlab on, and you can just pick up wherever you left off. Now, there's an issue with wired headphones on mobile devices these days, and that's because most mobile devices don't come with a headphone jack. So what you'll need to do is get you a headphone adapter that adapts to the type of USB connection you have on your phone. So most common USB connections is a USB Type-C connection. That's the one with all the rounded edges. And if that's the kind that you have, you need to get you an adapter that will fit your headphones and your phone. And in this example, I'm using the USB-C to headphone jack from Apple, but you can find these online, on Amazon, wherever. But yeah, definitely get you one of these. They're very handy. Now, let's listen to a demo of how this sounds. Life Life is delicate, every element of course you develop from the negatives, you better check the source. It's like a little midget trying to ride a roller coaster. If you didn't get it, I'm just saying life is too short. So don't be getting caught up in all of the drama, the non-stop gossip popping on your odometer. If you care about the person, quit clenching your teeth, go vegan on your disagreements and let go of the beef. Now, as you can tell, that's a pretty big improvement from the first one. We're not getting all that bleed from the music getting into the actual recording. The vocals are now isolated from the music, so we have separate individual control now, which is what we want. And then technically I used a different microphone this time because the headphones actually has a built-in microphone, and that microphone sounds a little bit better than the previous one from the cell phone. But we can still do better. And if you're enjoying these tips, then make sure you check out my quick rap guides. I actually have one that's dedicated strictly to recording vocals, and it has a ton of great tips for recording and producing professional rap vocals. Link in the description. And here's the third method that's going to give you the absolute best results by a country mile. And that's by using an audio interface and a condenser microphone. And if you're unfamiliar with what an audio interface is, it's basically the hub of your studio. This is where you can plug in multiple microphones, or you can even plug a guitar into it. You can plug in keyboards to it. You can plug in your headphones or speakers to it. Everything can be connected to this box, and it connects to your mobile device in this case by one USB connection. And this doesn't even have to plug into the wall because it's the phone that's actually powering the audio interface. The audio interface won't even cut on until you plug it into your phone. And so in this example, I'm going to jump back on my phone and we're going to connect all this stuff up. So I'm going to plug the USB-C cable into the cell phone. I'm going to plug in the headphones. Of course, we're going to plug in the microphone and we're good to go. And as a side note, before you start connecting all this stuff, I do recommend that you exit fully out of Bandlab. Make sure you save your project if you already have something going on. Connect these peripherals, connect the audio interface and all that stuff, and then go back into Bandlab once it's connected to your device. Also, if you're an Apple user, you may have to manually select the audio interface by going to Bandlab settings, which is the icon to the right of lyrics at the top, and change input device from built-in mic to the audio interface. And I also wrote a blog that has all my studio gear recommendations, which features all this stuff. So if you want to see that, I'll post a link to it in the video's description below. And since we're using a different device now, I also recommend doing another latency test. And I also recommend that you cut off monitoring, which is basically an option that allows you to hear yourself back live. This is a common issue that a lot of people have in Bandlab, is latency created by the live monitoring. So you'll hear almost like a delay sound, and you don't want that while you're recording. So try it out. If it doesn't give you an issue, you can have monitoring on if you want to hear yourself while you're recording live. Typically prefer that, but in this case, it usually works better if you don't have live monitoring on. And to disable monitoring, you can click the microphone icon on the track you want to record on, and just click the headphone icon at the bottom right hand corner, and that should cut off monitoring if it was already on. And now you're ready to record. Life is delicate, every element of course you develop from the negatives, you better check the source. It's like a little midget trying to ride a roller coaster. If you didn't get it, I'm just saying life is too short. So don't be getting caught up in all of the drama, the non-stop gossip popping on your odometer. If you care about the person, quit clenching your teeth, go vegan on your disagreements and let go of the beef. Now let's switch over to the desktop, and I'm going to give you one more major little tip that's going to help you out. Now, recording vocals on Bandlab was a huge pain for the longest because it was always a latency issue. Nothing was ever in time with how I intended it to be when I was recording it. Here's one more really simple tip, but it's going to make a big difference for this specific situation where we have latency issues. So not only are we going to cut off the live monitoring, and we'll also do a latency test. And here's in a slightly different location than mobile. Just click the hamburger icon menu and click tools and then select latency test. But we're going to remove the headphones from one of our ears. And this is a way to still have a sense of live monitoring, because you can still hear yourself live in the room, and then from the other speaker you still have on, you're hearing the instrumental. And so this is a great little hack for not just the desktop users, but also users on the mobile devices that are using headphones. Life is delicate, every element of course you develop from the negatives, you better check the source. It's like a little midget trying to ride a roller coaster. If you didn't get it, I'm just saying life is too short. So don't be getting caught up in all of the drama, the non-stop gossip popping on your odometer. If you care about the person, quit clenching your teeth, go vegan on your disagreements and let go of the beef. Now let's do a shootout between all the different recordings that I did. I'm gonna play the same verse I've been rapping this whole time, but I'm gonna jump in between different recordings as we go through. And I'm gonna add a little bit of mixing sauce on these vocals just so you can get an idea of what they have the potential to sound like with a little bit of mixing.
Yeah. Life is delicate. Every element, of course, you develop from the negatives. You better check the source.
It's like a little midget trying to ride a roller coaster. If you didn't get it, I'm just saying life is too short. So don't be getting caught up in all of the drama, the non-stop gossip popping on your odometer. If you care about the person, quit clenching your teeth. Go vegan on your disagreements and let go of the beef. And if you're a Bandlab user, let me know in the comment section below which of these methods that you use to record your vocals. Or are you using some method I hadn't even thought of yet? And if you're serious about improving your rap skills, then I have something you're gonna absolutely love, and it's 100% free. It's called the Rap Essentials Bundle, which includes the #1 Fundamental to Rapping ebook, bar sheets to map out your flows, 6 practice instrumentals, the CMS Gear Catalog, 3 free rap courses, plus I'll personally send you my most essential rap tutorials covering all the core techniques that you need to level up your rap skills fast. And it's all yours for free when you join my mailing list via the link in the video description below. Again, my name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, and always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace. Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it.